Our job as appraisers is to take market data and all the data that we get in our reports. If you guys ever looked at appraiser reports, it's 15 pages full of charts and analysis and data and a bunch of numbers and adjustments. But it's our job to take that data and reflect it in our appraisal reports. And at the end of the day, when we put our value on there and I sign it, the certification, it's my opinion of value. Like Jared had a case where he had 2 appraisals done on the same property within 17 days, and it was what, 43 grand difference?
$43,000.
So he sent it to me, and he's like, why are they so different? And I looked at them, and both appraisers use a similar set of comps. I think 2 of the 5 comps were the same, but they just approached it different. And one had their analysis and why they came up with their value, and another one had another analysis. I think 43 grand is a big stretch. That's probably way more than I would see.
715 purchase with a $43,000 delta. That's 5% difference in 17 days.
Yeah, which that's probably a lot. I wouldn't. You and I would probably be closer in value, I would say.
Right.
So that's a big one. But that's what it is at the end of the day. So the more data that we have and the more concrete data that we have that we can put in our reports, the better it looks. And so what we're trying to do for a purchase transaction is, right now, honestly, it's painting a picture for whoever is using the report. So that's the intended user. In this case, it's the underwriter, it's Fannie Mae, it's the lender. And we're trying to paint the picture to them that based on all these adjustments and all these data points, that this purchase price is worth what the market is supporting that. So that's what it's a lot of these days. And that being said, the other side of that is we are being totally scrutinized right now by everybody. There's a lot of appraisals are being reviewed. I do review work, you do review work. Sometimes there's 2 appraisals done, especially if it's jumbo and stuff like that. So we're kind of getting our asses handed to us by underwriting right now. Like, I haven't had this happen in years, but a review appraiser can look at like my report and say, I don't agree with the value. I think you should have used these comps, and they can actually cut the value. I haven't been cut in, I don't know, 10 years because we've had an accelerating market, but now that values are so high, I actually got cut not too long ago. It's the first time I've seen that in 10 years. So it's not the appraiser's fault, is what I'm trying to say. Like, there's a lot of eyes watching these markets. Sometimes it is, totally. But there's a lot of checks and balances for sure. And I think a lot of the lending institutions, the GSEs, know in expensive markets like San Diego and stuff like that, values are going up so much, and people are coming in paying cash, so that creates a comp. So this isn't a normal market. So it's just tricky all the way around. So as realtors, what I always tell everybody is, number one, you should try and always meet the appraiser at the listing. When a listing agent doesn't meet me these days, I'm blown away. Especially when I look at the comps, I'm like, this thing's like 80 grand off. Like if I was my listing, I'd pull the lockbox and I'd be there in a heartbeat to wouldn't be accommodating for it. So that's one thing you can always do. We all have Centra keys, so we'll just, and we're jamming around doing our thing. So
I'm gonna sit in and stop that again. If you're a listing agent, pull the lockbox so the appraiser can't get in.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah, we all have Centra keys.
Yes,
so
we do.
and we're all busy, and meeting you guys slows us down, But of course, that's what we should be doing for sure.
So how do we make that balance, right? So we all get the call from the appraiser that just says, oh my God, I'm so busy. I just want to go sometime on Thursday.
Tell them no.
So I don't want to piss off the appraiser.
Sure.
Well,
I think every appraiser is different, right? I mean, you're going to have people that don't want interaction. You're going to have people like me and Dave that would love the interaction. We love the comps that you guys give us. It helps us out, So I would just, let's say what Dave said, don't let them go unless you're there with them.
Or just, what I usually hear is the seller requires that I meet you there. So I'm doing my job. Just say that. The seller requires that I meet you there. Or put a combo box on it, don't give them the combo or something, But it's just tricky right now. And, and appraisers are busy, and a lot of appraisers, like Scott and I approach things as trying to be an advocate of the transaction, because we get it. I can understand what's involved. Everybody's commissions, people at the house, the sellers want to sell the house. But not a lot of appraisers think like that. I could say that honestly, So yeah, that's probably the best thing. Just try, for sure.